Hello everyone, today I'm looking at Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Yes, we really are that far. Man, I don't know how to feel about these games. I always figured with EA Play or Game Pass I'd be able to play all the Call of Duties back to front, but unfortunately we're just getting random ones here and there, and this is the latest one, latest and greatest Call of Duty, and it's... You know what? It's not bad. I remember playing... Well, actually, that's the thing. I did play Black Ops 6, but I literally don't remember anything about it. I don't remember anything memorable or interesting. I think I played it. Like, it's one of those, right? This one is interesting. It's actually fairly decent, I would say. It's so interesting to me that we've had so many, like a decade of COD games, and yet the first ones still hold up to be the best. I don't know how that happens, frankly, but it seems to be a recurring thing with a lot of game franchises, not just Call of Duty and shooters, but games in general. It's really odd in some ways. So anyway, Black Ops is back, and they're still milking the same story and characters from Black Ops 2, basically. It has not advanced beyond that, and it's just almost pathetic and funny to see. It's like, hey, guess who's back? Menendez and Mason and Frank Woods. They're all back. Great. And again, I haven't kept up with the story, so I don't know exactly, what happened after 2. And I realized Black Ops 2, that was the game that killed COD for me, because the story was just kind of, it was okay. The one thing I remember about it that everyone forgets is the ending scene in Black Ops 2 is this random America rock concert thing with all the characters. That was very weird. The one thing I will say though about this one and about Treyarch in general is that Treyarch has been always the more creative one out of the series compared to Infinity Ward. Because Infinity Ward was very serious, direct. Oh, this is Call of Duty. Like, it was more like this is a epic action movie kind of thing, while Treyarch is like, oh, this is more like a psychological thriller kind of thing where Mason doesn't know if what's real, what's fake, etc. And so, to that point in this game, they just kind of said, look, it's Call of Duty. Everyone's here for the multiplayer. No one cares about campaign. Do whatever you want. And so in an industry where there's like zero creativity, I don't necessarily like the campaign, but I gotta give points for them doing just crazy stuff where it's like Menendez show, I can't. Okay, so there's this guild thing, and in the guild is like some private corporation that is fueling wars so that they can be the one sole security PMC, whatever. And it's this lady who looks like this one YouTuber or something. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but whatever. And so you go into their base to stop them, their operations, and what occurs is that on your escape, Mason and his squad get caught in this red gas toxin experimental thing, and then they fall out of that room into this VR virtual world, but they're also under a hallucination. So they're on drugs and they're also in a virtual world, so it's a double fake reality, and then he doesn't know what's going on, and so he starts hallucinating in the virtual world, and then for whatever, like, it's just like, whatever, man. And for some reason he's fighting Menendez, who they later reveal is a deep fake, and they're using his comeback as like a means to fuel the the war economy or whatever. And you're fighting Menendez, though, but he's like a red ghost, and he teleports around you, and you have to shoot him, and he teleports again, and the only way to really defeat him is he drops these giant machetes, and there's these floating islands in this place, and you have to pick up the thing after he's dropped it, and you have to airstrike a machete onto him like it's a kill streak, and it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And it's kind of like, I'm kind of conflicted on it, because like, I don't care about this game, right? I don't care about COD. And they were like, yeah, we don't care either, so we're just going to do the craziest thing we can imaginable. It's like, all right, I guess. I mean, I'm not exactly complaining, because again, it's kind of cool, but this is not Call of Duty. This is not even Black Ops, what it's like paying reference to, which is a very serious military shooter that, I don't know, I'm not a huge Call of Duty fan. I kind of, in my mind, like, how hard is it to make a military shooter game appeal to guys? Like, that, it should not be hard. And for whatever reason, they've just dropped the ball for the past what feels like a decade, and now we have this. And again, it's but then there's a part where I just gotta say it. Frank Woods in the virtual reality dream or whatever turns into like a Resident Evil tier monster with all the fangs and horns, or thorns rather, giant plant monster. It's just like, well, that happened. So lots of stuff just happens in this game with no reason. It's like, oh my god, isn't this crazy? All this crazy stuff is happening. Yeah, great, no one cares. So again, like I guess I have to give them credit that, you know, they kind of are saying, look, no one cares about the story, whatever, we're gonna do a bunch of cool creative stuff, we don't care if people don't like it or not. And you know, I just like, all right, well, I know that's I mean, I have to give kudos to them for at least trying something new and different and fresh. But that's the campaign. But everyone wants to know, how's the multiplayer? It's fine, honestly. I think it's one of the better ones we've had in a while. I mean, I played it on launch day with my brothers. It was a great time. It was a lot of fun, very fast-paced. And I was going to say, you know, I noticed on the intro, well, my feedback was that, yeah, it definitely has that feeling of Black Ops from all the way back then. And by the way, the reason I left Call of Duty after Black Ops 2 is also just the weapons in multiplayer. From the machine gun to the assault rifle to the submachine gun, everything felt just like the same. It felt like, oh, this is an automatic weapon, this is an automatic weapon. You had basically everything but that and shotguns and snipers, and then everything was an automatic weapon. Nothing had a distinct feel to it. It was all futuristic and whatever, and so because of that, there was no differentiation between weapons. Like, what are weapons going to be in the future? Everything's going to be a machine gun, apparently. So I just felt I wasn't having fun, and I just didn't like it. I just thought, you know what, I'm done. I don't like the design of the kill streak. So in this game, it's really interesting because Sledgehammer is on the opening credits. So I was going to say, the multiplayer in this game feels like a mix between Black Ops and Modern Warfare. And I'm like, oh, right, because those are the two who worked on it. And it feels really good. It has that fluidity, but it also has that, I don't know, the tinniness of Black Ops. You know, has the weird esoteric mechanics of it, but it feels more engaging in terms of multiplayer. It was a very distinct feeling multiplayer, the Treyarch games like World at War and Black Ops 1, and yeah, it just hit differently. And I always felt that I couldn't play it as long as I did the Infinity Ward games, because there's something juicy about that gameplay. It was juicy, like a big Desert Eagle, big 50 plus points for pulling off a headshot. It felt good, it felt big, it felt smooth. And Black Ops always, and World at War always felt like sneaky and like little rapid bullets. Everything kind of feels broken and gritty, which is the point of the game. And here it kind of mixes that bright, you know, fleshed out feeling with that same kind of underlying mechanics that Black Ops has. And so, yeah, you know, you have, you know, team deathmatch, and it's fun, it's fluid, it's fine. Also, you respond really quickly. What I really actually like about Black Ops 7 that is done really well is that everything feels fast. From the menus to the gameplay, like, you respawn almost immediately. There is no downtime. You get killed, you get back in there, you figure out what you did wrong, get a better handle for your weapon, your gun. And what I also really like about the multiplayer so far is that there's a very few selection of items that you start off with. Like, this is your assault rifle, this is your submachine gun, we're not giving you anything else. This is the standard thing. And so because of that, it feels a little bit more balanced. I mean, yes, there are a bajillion attachments to your guns, which I don't care for. I honestly hate. I wish when I had two choices, red dot or ACOG sight, like that simple. Like, just make that my only two choices. But of course, they have to do that to produce, you know, DLCs and microtransactions. Oh, you can get the special blue skin or the special scope or whatever, or pay for the battle pass, which I hate that stuff so much. But you know, it's we can't escape it now, right? The Pandora's loot box is open, as they say. So yeah, and as the level goes on, you know, they have the next gen thing is that you have these open zone levels where you'll go into this big map and you'll like a war zone type map, right? And instead of having one main objective you linearly follow, you actually do multiple things around the map, secure objectives, and then move on to the next big map. And yeah, that's here too, and it's fine. It's not. I actually like it. It feels more manageable. It feels a lot smaller. It doesn't feel like it's trying to be a realistic. Oh, this world is so huge. No, they've there's design here. And the other thing I also like about it is you also get this not a jet suit, a flight suit that allows you to just kind of just fly around the map if you get high enough. You also immediately get this mega jump ability. It feels good. Like, I'll be honest, it does feel good. And in terms of multiplayer, again, yeah, it feels fluid, it feels smooth, but like, as smooth as it is, I would still take, an older Modern Warfare or an older Treyarch game over this game. But it's not bad though. But it's good. It's good. It's better than what we had. Like the last Call of Duty I played, I forget what it was. I think it was World War II. I think no, it was the other one. I think it was like the Sledgehammer one. I literally forgot. And I don't care to remember. I just remember it was just trying too hard. Yeah, the first Omni Movement one. Oh yeah, that was Black Ops 6. What am I saying? Yeah, that's the one where it was fine. But this one, I feel honestly, the level design for the multiplayer maps is a lot better. They're very tight, controlled, but there's a lot of thought and design to them. I don't know. They feel really good to play in. Maybe there's no thought and design to them. Maybe they're just really good levels. I don't know. And yeah, and you level up across all modes, which is campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. So I guess I might as well talk about zombies now, which I forgot has been running since World at War, I guess, which is like a long-running staple of this series. And yeah, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but like World at War and Black Ops had the best versions of zombies. And as the more DLC was added, I think Black Ops 2 even, I really gave up on zombies with Transit, because they introduced this whole thing where you have to like go around the map and do objectives, and there's like a crazy story to unveil. It's like, dude, don't try to explain the lore. There are some people I know who are really into the lore of Nazi zombies, and God bless you, good for you. But I feel like it's a game mode that should just rely on mystery. Like, it should not have to explain itself. It should not have to be like, oh, what's the, I mean, I guess you could have like little pieces here and there, but because of the installment nature of this mini game, for lack of a better word, to make a cohesive story across multiple games, or what is essentially an arcade style experience, it just does not work. But anyway, I digress, because the zombies in this one are, again, pretty good, but not as good as how they used to be, which is, par for the course. Again, you have, I like how you do have a choice now. You have survival and normal mode or whatever. So the normal mode is that you have the big open map, you have a car, you can drive around, and I have to give them credit. They tried a bunch of stuff. I don't think it necessarily works that well or that great, but they did do a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, it works fine enough. The weapons feel good, but survival mode is kind of the traditional zombies experience, and that's one I played the most, that I really enjoyed. And again, what it is you're in a barn area, you have wall weapons, and you have Pack-a-Punch and the Pack-a-Punch and the vending machine. I don't think there's a name for it exactly, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and, well, how do I say this? So you go to the vending machine. There's only one now, so you can buy Juggernog, Double Tap, Speed Cola, everything from one machine, which is nice, I guess, but then there's no real exploration of the map. And then you have the Pack-a-Punch, which is, I'll just say it's kind of lazy. Yes, it's still 5,000 points. It just makes your gun orange and does way more damage. And then it doesn't transform, it doesn't give it a cool renaming thing, so it's kind of lame. It's like, okay, here's just a skin basically for your gun, and a damage output that is basically required. And the scaling of the zombies in this one feels like once you get to a certain level, like 20, you can't use anything but Pack-a-Punch weapons. Normal wall weapons will do nothing, basically. There's also this long-term progression thing, apparently, where if you spend enough points, you can, like, spawn in with Juggernog, which just... I'm sorry, that defeats the entire point of a arcade-style system or game. It's just not appropriate or correct to do that, and it kind of changes it to something it's not. So we can go back and forth about this, but yeah, zombies is fun, I guess. They added this new bear enemy that comes and attacks you, and that's kind of cool. But overall, I would still prefer Black Ops Zombies, honestly. I think World at War Zombies was actually my favorite, the very first one. I think the 5th level in that game, not Deriz, I think, whatever, the one where they introduced Pack-a-Punch. It's one of my favorite levels. And again, I would kind of scoffed, like, Nazi zombies, this will die out, or this will be like a forgotten thing, or it's still long running. But at the same time, I just never, I never appreciated it when I had it. I was like, I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I never thought, oh yeah, this version of Nazi zombies in this World War II game is going to be the best version of this game ever. It's just, oh, that happened. Again, it's weird, but yeah, the first iterations of a lot of things turn out to be the best for one reason or another, and they just add more and more stuff until the core ideology of what this thing is diluted and erased and forgotten. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, that's Black Ops 7. Not bad, honestly. I would say it's worth hopping on and playing for a bit and doing a multiplayer, honestly, but it's just another Call of Duty, really. And people are just kind of making fun of the campaign and how ridiculous all these boss fights are with the giant health bars and giant guys and giant bosses and stuff. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.